Hello everybody, it's me Rossco and welcome to a special KOA video. As you saw in the title, this man here, Bloomers, who you probably recognise his face, his voice from different things we've done through the last few years. But Bloomers is doing the London Marathon this Sunday. Obviously a big town fan. Bloomers, what a feat it's going to be. Obviously London Marathon is a big thing. How are you feeling for that? And how's things?
Cheers, Ross, and thank you for giving up your time to do this with me. I'm feeling good. It's a weird one, really, because you kind of train in isolation, or I certainly have done over the last several months, and you don't really get an idea of the scope of the marathon if you've never done it before until this sort of time now. I went and picked up my bib yesterday to add to my special shirt, which I'll show later on in the video, and only then when you pick it up at the XL Arena, you sort of get an idea of just how monumental this thing is. So lots of different emotions. Certainly been a rocky road to this point. But the main thing is to raise some money for a really, really good charity, which again, we'll touch on in a minute. And there's only a few days to go now. So in the final stretchings, literally stretching every single day. And we'll see how far I can get this body round, because it's not going to be easy.
No, but can't wait to watch. Hopefully, I can find you. I know there's an app as well. You can,
there is.
This. So I'm definitely going to do that, and we'll get onto that in shortly. But let's talk about you as a town fan first of all, before we talk about the journey you've gone on to do this London Marathon. But obviously you've done game day, you've done podcasts for Kings of Anglia, but let the fans know your journey as a town fan.
Yeah, I mean, I'm the same as quite a few of you guys probably. I'm Suffolk born and bred, born in Bury St Edmunds. My dad, massive Ipswich Town fan. He's the one that made me an Ipswich Town fan. I didn't really have a choice. Again, this probably resonates with quite a few of you out there. I moved away from Suffolk at 18, but I've gone home and away as much as I can for the last 25 years now of my life. Had a season ticket from 2000 all the way to 2016. So I had it for 5 years when I wasn't living in Suffolk, commuting from Coventry for home games, and moved to Stoke. And then I've been living in London the last 7 years. And as Ross, we got in contact about 2021, I think, for the game day stuff during lockdown. And it gave me a new lease of life of Ipswich. Season ticket again. I've had a season ticket for this year, and done several away games. As you say, I've probably met almost all of you at various points, home and away, through various stages of drink and sometimes being sober as well. But yeah, I've been a fan my entire life and been there for the highs and the lows and the highs again. And this season has just been absolutely phenomenal. And let's hope that just like Sunday, it has the happy ending that we all deserve, because it wouldn't be boring if we're playing in the Premier League. I know it's a bit different to the Championship, but look, it's been so long since we've been there. Ross, I don't think ever remembered us being in the Premier League. I just about remember it. And again, we'll talk about this when we talk about the charity and how this all intertwines. But it would be such an amazing thing for the town and for all of us. So, yeah, died in the wool.
Yeah, and obviously you've had a journey to get to this point. You were supposed to run it maybe last year, obviously with one of your best mates. But Bloomers has been through a lot of recovery, an ACL injury, playing some football in the cages, and you've gone through that rehab, and now you're set to do the marathon. But what a journey that's been, my friend. A year in the making.
Yeah, I mean, I somehow managed to avoid injury playing in the summer with you guys in the five-a-side games at Ipswich. But no, so this all came about really. So 2022, late 2022, August, September time. Sadly, I was playing football and last seconds of the game went to land on my right leg. My knee just completely collapsed. And I was diagnosed with torn ACL, MCL, bruising and denting of the patella, and various other ailments, basically a complete collapse of the right knee. And then 4 days after that, I got the email to come through saying your place in the 2023 London Marathon has been approved. I've been trying in the ballot for the last decade. Unfortunately, didn't get anywhere. Wouldn't you know it, the one time I'm successful, this injury happens. So unfortunately, running it last year was never an option. I had to do a lot of rehab and recovery. Fortunately, you're able to defer that, which is what I did. In January 2023, I had my surgery to repair the knee. We've had pretty much a year's worth of rehabilitation before we can even get to running out on the road. But it's been a slow, annoying journey. We're just about getting there now. And yeah, about 6 months ago, the marathon training started. If you've ever seen me, I'm not the fittest. I'm not completely bad, but I'm certainly no athlete. And yeah, it's been a challenge. And look, there's plenty of people that'll be running on Sunday rather, that we're in a different shape to me and have gone through much tougher things than me that I can't compare to. But it's my own little story, and there was only ever one charity in my mind for who I was going to run for anyways last year, and we can talk about that in a minute. Yeah, I'm running it on Sunday, and I'm running it for the Darby Rimmer MND Foundation.
Yeah, great charity indeed. And I want to quickly ask you though, Bloomers, why do you want to do the London Marathon? Because it is. Are you a runner? Would you say? You've done a bit of?
No. I had run a half marathon before for the Stroke Association, which was a charity close to my heart. Unfortunately, my granddad suffered a severe stroke in 2010 and passed away 8 years later, and had round the clock care for 8 years before his passing. So charity close to my heart. Tick that one off. That was a nice half marathon. Thought the idea of doing a marathon would be stupid, but then when I got my injury and then the email come through saying that I was accepted, it's always one of those things where it's like, yeah, you always want to say you're going to do it, but then when it actually comes to it, you're like, oh crap, like what do I actually want to do it or not? But I don't do things by halves. I'm quite I wear my heart on my sleeve kind of person. I'm sure that's come through in a lot of the game day videos that I've done over the years. And it was a good idea of, look, I'm pretty much at my worst point with the injury. You know, this can cap off everything. If I can get back to fitness, train to be fitter than I ever have been before, and then complete something that I never thought would be possible, that's a nice journey for me personally, you know, being selfish. And then if I can use that to raise money for a charity such as this, a really, really good, important, fantastic charity, then even better. So that's how it came about. And here we are 3 days out from my date with Destiny. And yeah, the fundraising's been going great. And a lot of money is going to be raised for a very good charity.
Well, let's talk about the charity then, Bloomers. Why MND? Obviously, we've had good old Mike Turbot, who's also now a contributor to KOA. He did a fantastic charity fundraiser last year, of course, shaving his head and all that sort of stuff. But yeah, let us know, you know, the reason why. Obviously, you know, a great charity, but you know why you've picked that in particular.
Yeah, so the Darby Rimmer MND Foundation. I'll quickly just hold this up to the screen so you can see the amazing top that they've sent me. Yeah, so it's a charity that's close to Ipswich Town anyways. If you've been to Portman Road over the last couple of years, you probably are aware of that. But just in case if you're not, Marcus Stewart, our former player and pretty much one of the best players from my era growing up, and a childhood hero to so many of us, sadly was diagnosed with motor neuron disease a few years ago. And then since then, the club has worked a lot with him in terms of getting this charity out in the open and doing some fundraising for it. As you say, our good friend Turbo had his head shaved last season when we got promoted, with money going to them, which is fantastic. But it's a charity, the Darby Rimmer Foundation, to essentially give a spotlight on MND, because it's a disease that's still relatively, I won't say unknown, but sadly, there's no known cure at the moment. So it's very, very difficult if someone's being diagnosed with that. The average life expectancy is just 2 to 5 years, and a third of people will pass within a year and a half if they are diagnosed with it. You'll see like very, very high profile stories of people like Rob Burrow, the former rugby league player, being diagnosed with it, and his amazing battle with the disease, and his best friend, and pretty much a knight of the realm and all but name, Sir Kevin Sinfield, doing all the stuff that he's been doing to help out. It's a similar story with this charity, Darby Rimmer. It's named after Stephen Darby, who was forced to retire at the age of 29 after being given the diagnosis of motor neuron disease. You'd probably know him playing for Liverpool and Bradford, amongst other teams. And then Chris, the co-founder, he sadly passed away from motor neuron disease, but is the co-founder of the charity, and also did so much for MND after being diagnosed with it in 2015. So it's a really, really good charity, and it's a really, really good cause. And sadly, Marcus is going through his own battle right now. He's certainly not alone, and the club has done wonders to help him with that. And you've seen the reaction he's got at Portland Road when he's turned up. This is just my little way of trying to raise some money for what I deem to be an amazing charity. I know friends who have had family members with this disease, and it's awful. I mean, I haven't been luckily touched with a family member having had it, but it's something that sadly is all too prevalent, and with there being no cure at the moment, it needs to have more research and more money funded into it so that we can find one. You know, all charities are amazing. This is just one that I can see that's really, really important. And yeah, it all ties in my Ipswich supporting fandom, you know, my childhood with Marcus being, you know, such a hero to me and to so many others my age. And yeah, that's pretty much a story of what's all about, and it's going so well, the fundraising, and we'll continue to push. I've got a target and we're nearly there.
It's good to hear. I think the target's £1,000, isn't it? Hopefully you'll reach out, and hopefully it extends as well.
Yeah, the target's £1,000. We're currently at around £850 at time of recording, which is lunchtime on Thursday. I'm a betting man, which I always say in these videos because my job is in betting. My background is in betting. I'd make it a very, very short price to get 1,000. I know there are still people out there that I'm relying on their donations, and I know who will be donating over the weekend and even when I'm running on the Sunday. So I'm fully convinced I'll get to that target. But hey, anything extra will just be a fantastic bonus. And my Just Giving page is live. The link is being shared by you so well, Ross. So thank you. And I'll be doing my own link pushing in the next few days. I'll say the link now. Again, I'm sure this will be on the video, but justgiving.com/page/Tom-Bloomfield-marathon. And you'll see all the details there, a brief synopsis of everything that I've shared already. And yeah, hopefully we'll be going way past 1,000, and I will be doing my own running towards adversity, just like all of the players have been doing this Sunday.
Definitely, yeah. There's the link down below. Donate whatever you can, ladies and gentlemen, whatever you can. We all know, you know, this day and age at the moment.
And even if you can't afford it, that's absolutely fine. But if you're able to share the page to your family, to your friends, that would be amazing. Don't feel like you have to. This is not me, you know, forcing you to or telling you have to. Absolutely not. You know, I understand that it's difficult for everyone right now. I wouldn't expect anyone to be donating if they can't afford to. But if you can share the page, if you can share awareness of this, then that means just as much to me. So thank you.
Definitely. And Bloomers, what's the process been then? Like of doing the running? Obviously, you know, you've got to prepare. But what's that been like the last few months? You know, getting ready, and obviously, you know, now as of this recording, 3 days to go for the big day.
Yeah, it's slightly different when you can't run for a year before having to start training. But once I had the surgery in January 2023, it was all about basically just getting back to normal walking and normal fitness, which many of us probably take for granted. I certainly did until I got the injury, and it kind of made me reevaluate everything. But it's a lot of long days, a lot of cold nights, a lot of tears and sweat, a lot of stretching, and you know, not being able to do much really. My fiance's probably had to part with me more than most have had to, and for that I can only thank her. But once we finally got up to fitness, it's all about breaking the mental barrier of being, you know, trying to run again. Because once you've had an injury like this, anyone who will tell you, I know your colleague and my friend Mark Heath has had this injury as well. The mental barrier is more than anything, because once you've had that injury, you're scared to pretty much do anything for fear that you're going to do it again. So it's breaking the mental barrier, getting your feet onto a treadmill, and then getting your feet onto tarmac, and just slowly building yourself up, you know, slowly but surely. So over this winter, lots of running in the dark and running around London, running around Clapham Common and Tooting Bec Common and Battersea Park, wearing this for awareness, of course. And yeah, slowly getting up to, I think about 14, 15 miles is the most I've done so far. My Strava tracks everything, so you can check it on my page. I think that's around what I got up to. And I'm hoping that on Sunday, the will of the hundreds of thousands that will be lining the streets will push me on for those last few miles and into the unknown territory. And you'll be able to find me in the nearest boozer just off Pall Mall to celebrate once I've done, because I've also given up alcohol for quite a few weeks now leading up to it, which if you know me is quite unusual, because I don't tend to be completely sober for town games. My nerves can't take it. although I was for the Norwich and Middlesbrough games, and they were two of the hardest experiences this season, even with training factored into that.
Yeah, man. And obviously, you've got a shirt behind you, which you can show up, my
I
friend. This is what
do.
you're going to be wearing during the marathon.
If you're watching on BBC One on Sunday, or if you're on the path watching people, there was only one choice, really, wasn't there? So look out for someone wearing this. I can't see there'll be too many of these unless Fabio Ward is running the marathon. But I'll be wearing this and wait for it on the back. Ready?
Boom.
There we go. Thank you to the lovely gentleman in Planet Blue who actually recognised me from our game day videos, Ross, who managed to sort me out with the shirt printing. So we've got Bloomers on the top there, Darby Rimmer MND Foundation on the bottom as well. So I should look nice and snazzy for when I'm running as well. And then this will be on the front of it. My number, 54544. Let's hope it's a lucky number.
Yeah, indeed. And obviously, we've seen the club announced two of the staff members, John Aston, the fitness coach, and Matt Byard, who's been the head physio for many, many years. I think he's even been a physio since the 90s. So he's been at the club for a long time. They're also running the marathon. So best of luck to them. And if there's any other town fans, anybody else watching this, are you running the marathon? Let us know. Bloomers, have you got a target in mind? Obviously,
yes.
It's always tricky. Yeah,
my target is to finish.
Yes.
Before, I mean, when I started training, I sort of thought, maybe let's say 5.5 hours might be a good target. To be honest, it's almost gone out the window. There's so many niggles now that I've got in my body. My ankles are hurting, my knee is hurting, my shoulders are hurting. I'm doing physio on myself every day. I've got a massage booked in on Friday. I've got ice packs, ice baths. It will just be a case of getting my broken body into some state for the start line, and then hoping the adrenaline will kick us through all the way to the end. And yeah, I'm sure it will.
Yeah. What's other details? When does it actually start? I maybe should have done my research. I'll let you.
So there's different waves of starters. My start time is around 11 in the morning on Sunday. There are different start times, different people. So if you know anyone else that's running in the marathon, or anyone else that replies to this video, their start time might be different. The best thing you can do if you're watching this and you've got any kind of interest, there's a London Marathon app that you can download onto your phone from the App Store or the Apple Play Store, and you can search anyone by name. So search Tom Bloomfield, you'll find me. You search anyone else, and you can track them. Every one of these numbers has got a little chip on the back. So we will be tracked as we're running along. It will give you estimated times for different splits, and you can see where everyone is on the course. So really, really handy if you're tracking anyone. I've done it personally for people I've known running over the years. I never thought it would be me actually being tracked, but here we are. So yeah, download that app. Just search London Marathon on whatever app store you normally use, and yeah, see if you can spot me on BBC One as well. Again, a nice big blue Ipswich Town home kit should be nice and visible. So let's hope that I get some TV time.
Indeed, up the town, Bloomers. Well, thanks so much for joining me. Any other business, anything else you want to mention before we sign off, my friend?
Well, let's quickly say that at the moment we're in our little recess period, waiting for us to play again. We've got a week and 2 days until we play Hull, and things might seem a little bit more clearer. So I didn't do I did a very brief game day, didn't I, after the Middlesbrough game. I wasn't feeling too sharp. Luckily, I'm over that now. If we fall up short in the automatics, back these boys for the playoffs, because it's been a hell of a 2 years, and I don't think we'll ever see anything like this again in terms of what it's been like as a roller coaster. The boys deserve every single bit of backing, and like I say, if their mantra is running towards adversity, and that's what's getting them over the line, then I should abide by the same thing. And I'll be having it as in all of your shirts, by the way. If you've got this, it'll be in the back of mine on the marathon start line. So I think there's no fitter and more apt way of preparing for this and having something to aspire to. So let's hope I complete my course and do my goals. Let's hope Ipswich do theirs the same, and then we can all have a massive party on Saturday the 4th after the Huddersfield game, where we can drink the town dry.
Indeed, my friend. Bring it on. Well, best of luck, my friends. I look forward to following your progress. And there we go. donate whatever you can, ladies and gentlemen. Link will be in the description below for the Darby Rimmer.
If you want to find any more information about this, then Darby Rimmer MND.co.uk. There's also a donation page on there, so you don't even have to donate to me personally if you don't like me. You can do it to the charity itself. And yeah, up the town. Let's go.
Love it. Well, thanks everyone for watching, and yeah, best of luck to Bloomers this Sunday. Bye for now.